This time I'm hoping he'll go out and do what he did and box smart, but I'm hoping he'll look for the kill. And I know Bivol probably understands he wants to win this time, he's going to probably look for the kill.
That means you better be ready at all times. That takes dedication. So when he's as dedicated as he is, he ain't ducking and dodging nothing.
Eddie Hearn has confirmed that the rematch will happen. When should we expect this rematch with Dmitry Bivol to happen?
I don't know yet, but I think they talk about 22nd February.
Former light heavyweight champion Roy Jones Jr. has weighed in on who will win the Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol rematch in February. Roy Jones stated that Beterbiev had been known for his incredible knockout power before the first fight, and no one could dominate him in the ring until Bivol came around. Roy claimed that Beterbiev has slowed down because Bivol was such a technical fighter who destroyed Beterbiev's knockout record.
I think it's going to be another good fight, extraordinary fight. The first one was a very extraordinary fight. You know what? I thought Bivol might have edged out early, but Beterbiev did come back good late. And both of them fought a little bit different than what they used to fighting. So I think what the real thing was, we was expecting to see Artur try to knock him out. Because Artur 20-0 from knockout. So when he didn't try to knock him out, it showed us that he had boxing skills too, but that ain't what we know him for.
Meanwhile, Artur Beterbiev was praised by Spencer Fearon, who said that Beterbiev is the best fighter in the world and his victory over Bivol was solid. Furthermore, he said that Artur can definitely secure a decisive victory over Bivol in the rematch.
If I go to this guy here, I believe in Artur Beterbiev. You know what I mean? Like, I would say, like, to me, his greatest victory was the one that he recently had when he becomes an undisputed world light heavyweight champion of the world when he defeats Bivol.
Even Roy Jones couldn't hold back his supportive comments for Artur Beterbiev and said that he would definitely add Beterbiev's power to his own skill set back in his prime. Jones shared that Beterbiev's power is incredible, and he has a cool and composed expression which never changes, and that is a good thing.
Mainly just his power. His power along with his aggression and with his subtle face. He never changes his expression, which is a beautiful thing.
Former boxer and Hall of Famer Carl Frocht is excited for the upcoming rematch and shared his opinion on the fight. Carl commented that he had Bivol winning in the first encounter, but ever since he watched the fight again, he has shifted towards Beterbiev.
Now, Bivol didn't get the decision. I thought he'd won when I watched it on the night. Beterbiev obviously won. He's unbeaten. Most of his fights have come by knockout. He went the distance with Bivol for the first time. After watching it back, I just think that Beterbiev maybe did deserve to win. I'm not going to change my mind because I did score it on the night and I scored it for Bivol to win.
Moreover, Roy was asked to give his opinion on Beterbiev's humbleness. Jones commented that Artur is very special since he always remains down to earth and improves over time. Jones shared that Artur never boasts his skills and accepts that he will always remain in the learning phase, even though he is 38 years old.
What I do, I have a special appreciation for that because what he's basically saying is that I'm not through learning. Once you get through learning, it's time for you to stop. You understand me? He's telling you, I'm not where I want to be yet. So he's still going, he's still on an incline. And that says a lot about him. He already 38, but he's still on an incline. So that tells you who he is, what he's planning on doing, that he's not stopping with where he's at now. He's not accepting good enough. And when you accept good enough, it's time to quit.
Meanwhile, Artur Beterbiev shared
that his rematch with Dmitry Bivol has been confirmed. Artur approved of Eddie Hearn's comments and said that it will happen on the 22nd of February.
Eddie Hearn has confirmed that the rematch will happen. When should we expect this rematch with Dmitry Bivol to happen?
I don't know yet, but I think they talk about 22nd February. Since I'm a kid growing up, and always more important is titles, not money.
Previously, there was uncertainty surrounding a rematch since Matchroom promoter Eddie Hearn confirmed that it will go ahead, driven by interest from Saudi Arabia. Eddie Hearn gave his comments on the rematch, stating that His Excellency has told them the rematch is on, so they will wait for the final confirmation of that. Furthermore, Roy Jones believes that Beterbiev could have gone for the knockout in the first fight, but he didn't take his chances. Jones gave Artur some special advice, as he said that Beterbiev should stay ahead of Bivol at all times, attack often, and secure a decisive KO victory to solidify his name as the light heavyweight champion.
Did you see the Beterbiev KO close at any point in the first fight? What does Bivol have to do to make it in his favor?
Attack more, be ahead, stay ahead, and when you get the lead, keep the lead. He got the lead, but let Artur walk him back down.
Boxing analyst Gareth A. Davies saw Beterbiev bully around Dmitry Bivol in the previous encounter. Davies commented, "I had Beterbiev winning the second half of the fight. Apart from the 9th round, Bivol won probably the first 4, but the 4th round was a bit of a toss-up. I had Beterbiev commanding the other rounds. Gareth A. Davies believes that Bivol will definitely try to put in much more effort this time around, and said that even though Artur and Dmitry are not well known, this fight is what will pull in the money. Davies shared that the fight will be more active in the earlier and later rounds, and the result could be somewhat different.
And probably the worst one almost is Beterbiev and Bivol, and yet it's what every dyed-in-the-wool boxing purist wants to see again, and we're going to get another extremely close fight. I think Bivol will be slightly more active. I know I've jumped into the analysis. It's going to be slightly more active at the early and late parts of rounds, and I think he's going to pip it this time, even though Roy Jones Jr. is telling Artur Beterbiev on his tour of the UK at the moment, you've got to go in there and smash him this time. I think Bivol will be faster, smarter this time, but I think this is arguably the greatest card of all time.
Additionally, Carl Froch made his comments on the rematch and said that Bivol should definitely put in more effort, especially towards the end of the fight. Froch added that Beterbiev pushed himself to the limit and went the distance for the first time, and it may have had an effect on the judges.
For the rematch, so I can't wait for the rematch. I just think I think Bivol maybe needs to look a bit more interested if that's fair towards the end of the fight. Maybe around 10, 11 and 12, I think he needs to get more shots off because he finished slow. Beterbiev put it on him a little bit more. It looked like he wanted to be in there a bit more. It looked like he was trying to win and trying to get that victory.
In addition to Roy Jones' previous comments, he stressed that Beterbiev was the one who impressed him the most in the first fight and that the champion showed an ability to adapt that Bivol didn't. Jones shared the deciding factor in the fight and said that what's going to be most important is what did one learn about the other. Artur Beterbiev already seemed like he knew Dmitry Bivol, but Bivol didn't bring anything to the table outside of the early rounds of the fight. He had a great plan, but let Artur come back and dominate. Moreover, Gareth Davies stated that Dmitry may just drag the fight into the later rounds this time, such that the fans will be able to witness a trilogy fight in September or October of next year.
I think Bivol will be faster, smarter this time, and they'll end up going into round 25 in another 6 months' time, maybe in September, October 2025.
Rematch between undisputed light heavyweight champion Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol is set for February 22nd in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and it will headline one of the best pure boxing cards in history. Adi Oladipo shared that he has been excited for the Riyadh season fight card for a long time, and now it has been official. Adiola commented that it may be one of the best fight cards in the history of the sport.
Mate, I'm excited. Honestly, I've been jumping around like a little kid.
Why?
Because this fight card got announced, and I know you guys like your boxing, but this is by far the greatest fight card I've ever seen in my life.
Furthermore, professional boxer David Benavidez has been eyeing a fight with Artur Beterbiev, which was his main reason for moving up a weight class. Benavidez shared his bold comments to end all talks about who won in the previous Beterbiev versus Bivol bouts. David said, "To be honest with you, I think when it comes more down to boxing, I think Dmitry Bivol won that fight. When it comes to damage, Beterbiev was probably landing the harder blows. But you know what? I feel like Bivol did enough to win the fight. You know what I mean? If it's the same exact fight, I see Bivol winning, but unless they rob him again, there's really nothing you could do." Roy Jones shared his honest thoughts on how the rematch will take place and said that both fighters will be looking for the KO. He said that if Beterbiev wants to win, then he should go for the knockout. And if Bivol wants to win, then he should do the same and not hold his power back.
This time, I'm hoping he'll go out and do what he did and box smart, but I'm hoping he'll look for the kill. And I know Bivol probably understand he wants to win this time, he's going to probably look for the kill.
But Beterbiev and Roy Jones have a friendly relationship with each other, where they can be seen playing chess after the announcement of the stacked undercard.
I want to be smart like Roy.
Can you move like Roy? You know, the moves he used to do. Can you,
If I be smart, I will move too. You know.
Moreover, Adi Oladipo praised both Beterbiev and Bivol and said that they deserve to be on the main event card, unlike Daniel Dubois. He shared that Dubois has definitely risen since his fight with Anthony Joshua, but he knows that Bivol and Beterbiev are the best in the game. All the belts will be on the line as Artur prepares for his rematch with Bivol.
You're talking to the best light heavyweights of all time. The first fight was so good. It's all the belts, every single belt in the division. I mean, Dubois' rise in the last year has been great. And look, he'll be a good co-main event, but I think even he knows the two best in the world have to go first. I mean, Beterbiev is pound for pound number 4 or 5, Bivol number 6.
Moreover, Artur Beterbiev shared one of his most thrilling experiences fighting in his teens outside his professional boxing career. He commented that it was a long time ago, so he doesn't remember all the details, but he won the fight.
When is the first time you had a fight?
First time?
The first time you ever had a fight. Not professional, not amateur, the first time you ever had a fight.
Assalamu alaikum. It's long time ago, you know, more than 30 years to go.
Tell us.
I don't remember.
Did you win?
Yes, win.
In addition, Beterbiev shared that he never even celebrated the victory over Bivol with his trainer, but plans on having a party soon.
You told me last time your hobby is training. Have you found any new hobbies since?
No. only.
Did you celebrate? Yeah. Did you celebrate the victory with your trainer? You said you're gonna go for dinner or something. Did you go? No,
not yet. But we will do.
Yeah,
we'll do it.
Boxing pros and analysts gave their opinions on the last fight and said that it was a thrilling and exhilarating experience to witness such a showdown, and they expect the same in the coming rematch. Eddie Hearn shared that he has witnessed one of the best fights in many years, and he respects Artur Beterbiev and his team, but Artur only went the distance because of Bivol's skills as a boxer.
We saw a guy that had never gone the distance before, the biggest monster in the sport, and we saw one of the purest boxers, one of the most skillful fighters I've ever seen. And I don't want to disrespect Artur Beterbiev and his team because they're just incredible fighters.
Eddie Hearn was all in for the idea of a rematch since he believed the decision was highly controversial. Hearn shared, there has to be a rematch because Artur Beterbiev, there is always going to be the controversy of that fight, and he is a true champion. What other fight is there for Artur Beterbiev? The whole world wants to see that again. Former boxer Amir Khan took Artur Beterbiev's side on the decision, saying that he won the fight very close, like 1 or 2 rounds. He also believed that this was one of the best fights in many years.
Listen, what a fight that was, honestly. When it comes down to a fight, that was one of the best fights. Both fighters were the best they could be. You can see they were both ready. Unfortunately, there had to be a loser in there, and in my opinion, it would have been a good draw. But yeah, I did lean more towards Arthur by when I watched the fight.
On the opposite end, professional boxer Conor Benn said that Beterbiev was in full control of the fight and he did enough to prove his importance in boxing. Conor stated that Bivol had a few good rounds, but in the end, he was broken down by Artur.
And online saying Bivol, I'm watching that fight, and I'm just watching it going, Beterbiev's in control of the fight. Nothing Bivol was throwing back was effective. He, was applying pressure. He's not the fastest of starters, but he breaks your man down. And I believe he done enough to win. Definitely won the second half, in my opinion. Bivol had, a few good moments, but you could really see the wear and tear and Bivol slowing down. In my opinion, that's how I saw the fight.
Boxing promoter Frank Warren thought that Bivol won the fight, and he did enough to secure a victory. However, Frank also shared that Dmitry was doing super well until he stopped controlling the fight in the later rounds.
Well, I was a neutral in it, and I was watching the fight, and it was a close fight. It was a close fight. I thought Bivol won, but it was a close fight. But as you say, it was technical, and there were moments in it where Bivol was controlling it with his jab, and then he stopped.
Teddy Atlas said that he understood why the first fight could have gone either way, but revealed that he had Beterbiev winning by 1 round. Atlas commented, "Close fight, lot of close rounds. I can see why people are conflicted. You know what? I'm not going to judge anyone. I judge the fight, but I'm not going to judge anyone because I get it. It's subjective in certain ways. There are 2 ways to look at it, 2 fighters, close fight. A lot of close rounds after displaying an incredible performance in the ring against a true monster like Beterbiev. Dmitry Bivol said that he would love the chance for a rematch if the fans want it, and it looks like he and the fans are getting their wishes granted.
I think about rematch, we should ask boxing fans, do they want this rematch? Yes. If they want, I would like to give this rematch, and I would like to get this chance, of course, again.
Bivol even compared Beterbiev's punches to Canelo's and said that the punch combinations that Artur unloads can be very fatal. On the other hand, Canelo puts all his energy into one punch.
He's not about he has heavy punch and it's very dangerous. No, he's about how strong he is, and he's not only one punch. When he's trying to punching combinations. all punches in the combinations are heavy.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. I could compare like with the Canelo. Yeah, he put all his energy, all his power on a single punch.
On a side note, Artur Beterbiev recently called out Jake Paul for a fight to teach him a boxing lesson in the ring. Artur wasn't going to let the disrespect that Jake Paul dished to Mike Tyson just go by. He shared that Paul hurt his favorite fighter, so it is his duty to do something, and he can't let this situation slide.
Jake Paul win over Mike Tyson, and it's my first reaction, like, you know, I want to do something, like, and I tell him, like, if you want real boxing, like, let's do it.
Fans are going wild over the popularity and skill of the fighters involved on the card. The 7-bout fight card is set to be one of the best ever, with all 7 fights being championship matches, which includes Zhilei Lijiang, Hamza Shiraz, and Joshua Buatsi. Moreover, Adeola Depot shared the names of all the fighters that will face each other on the undercard, and his excitement was wild.
Last crescendo, like main event is Bivol Beterbiev. They had a fight a few months ago.
That's right, yeah.
Incredible fight. They go again. You got Joshua Buatsi versus Callum Smith on it. You got Daniel Dubois, who just obviously beat up my guy AJ on it against Joseph Parker. Hamza Shiraz fighting for a world title on it as well. There's an American kid called Virgil Ortiz fighting a guy called Israel Madrimov.
Turkish Al Sheikh termed the fight night in the Saudi capital as one of the best cards in the history of boxing and shared his announcement on X, one of the greatest cards ever, on February 22nd in Riyadh. Big-time Riyadh season. Daniel Dubois is present in the co-main event against Joseph Parker, and Daniel has definitely improved his game right after his fight with Anthony Joshua. Daniel said to the fans, "Are you not entertained? I'm a gladiator, I'm a warrior to the bitter end. I want to go to the top level of this game and reach my full potential." Behind the scenes, I've been working hard with all my family and my team. They've all helped me. I'm not going to stop until I reach my full potential. Immediately after Dubois' fight, Parker called him out for a challenge, and Daniel's team accepted since Joseph is his mandatory challenger. Do you think Bivol can undo Beterbiev's victory in the rematch? Who do you expect to win by knockout? We would love to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments section below and subscribe for more content like this.